What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of the New Balance 991 V2 from the City Edition pack in this Asia Pacific yellow and black colorway. Today's video is sponsored by Capsule. Capsule is a brand new product on the market which helps to preserve your sneakers and extend their lives by up to 2 times. So it's a very simple process. They offer these UV protective pods which are completely airtight, and that's where you store your shoes in. The next step is where you inject their secret sauce, which comes in the form of a cartridge. So this not only pushes out the bad air containing the oxygen and the dirt, but it pushes in their preservative, which is the key to extending the life of your sneakers. So this is a scientifically backed formula which targets the 2 main reasons why your shoes age, crumble, and deteriorate over time, which is hydrolysis and oxidization. So I'll link their socials, their website, all of that good stuff down below. And recently they launched Capsule Club, which is a subscription-based service for those that are in need for more of these kits. This is the best way for you to save money. So again, thank you to Capsule for sponsoring this video. So this in my hand is the New Balance 991 V2, which is part of New Balance's City Edition pack, which released different colorways of this shoe in specific cities or regions around the world. So I reviewed the European exclusive green colorway which dropped at Star Cow in Paris, and this yellow pair dropped in late August, and they were an Asia Pacific exclusive, available in both Seoul, Korea, as well as in Melbourne, Australia, which is where I managed to pick these up from. So this pair I picked up from Up There store, and they retailed for a price of 330 Australian dollars, which is roughly 300 Canadian dollars or 220 USD. The colorway for this shoe is yellow and black, and the style code is U991YK2. And like any other 991 V2, this shoe is made in New Balance's Flimby factory in England. So jumping into the details of this shoe, on the toe box, just like the green pair, this is constructed out of a crosshatch style black colored mesh. Right above this we have a reflective 3M layer in silver, and then surrounding both sides of the toe box, we have this synthetic gray leather. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have an asymmetrical overlay of this shaggy yellow colored suede, and this yellow suede covers the entire mid panel of the shoe, but the top 2 eyelets are constructed out of a gray colored TPU. Stitched on top of the mid panel, we have your signature New Balance N logo. This is also done in a reflective 3M finish, and then moving downwards, we have more of this yellow colored suede, but underneath this we have more of that black colored mesh, just like we saw on the toe box. On the heel, we have another suede panel here, but on the lateral side we have an oval shaped cutout, revealing another reflective panel, but we have 991 branding embroidered across in black. In the middle of the heel we have another synthetic leather layer with V2 branding embroidered in black, and then the top of the heel, this is covered in another reflective silver 3M layer. On the bottom of the heel we have a black colored TPU heel clip with New Balance branding etched across, and this gives you additional structure and support around the back end of the sneaker. And then as far as the laces go, so this pair comes with a flat style black lace, which is the laces that I really prefer. It blends in perfectly with the tongue, but they also come with a lighter gray colored lace as well. Underneath this, the tongue is crafted out of that same black colored mesh that we saw on the toe box and the sides of the shoe, but we have this synthetic leather overlay on the top with V2 branding in the middle, and embroidered on the top of the tongue, we have New Balance Made in England 991 branding done in a mix of black and white. The interior of the shoe is lined in a light gray colored liner, and just like any other 991 V2, the collar is pretty minimally padded. And then for the insoles, these come with a decently padded foam lined insole, and we have New Balance running branding pressed onto the heel. So the upper of the shoe sits atop this midsole, which is comprised primarily out of New Balance's fuel cell foam technology. There's also end cap in here as well, but the star of the show definitely is the fuel cell. And in addition to that, we also have Absorb SBS pods, which is visible on the lateral side, and this gives the shoe a little bit more support and structure along this lateral edge. And then on the outsole, this is your typical 991 V2 outsole, so this is done in a mix of black and gray colored rubber. And the strip running down the center, this is exposed fuel cell foam, which sits right above the outsole. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit like any other 991 V2 to me, so I personally go true to size in these, but this shoe definitely fits a bit more on the long and narrow side. So my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and getting these in my true size, the width of the shoe is fine. It's a little bit snug, but not to the point where it's uncomfortable, but there is a little bit extra room lengthwise, just about a thumb's width space between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe. So to give you guys a point of comparison, I usually go with a size 10 in other New Balance silhouettes like the 1500, 991 V1, the 2002R, 860 V2, and the 1906, whereas I go a half size down to a 9.5 in a lot of the made in USA models like the 990 series, 992, 993. So long story short, I feel like to play it safe, go true to size, but if you have a narrow foot and you don't like that extra room lengthwise, you might be able to pull off going a half size down, aka your made in USA size. Next up, in terms of the comfort, so the 991 V2 is a very comfortable New Balance silhouette. Because they utilize both fuel cell, end cap, and Absorb SBS, it gives you that perfect blend of cushioning and softness while still giving you support and structure. So straight out of the box, the moment you put these on, you can feel a decent amount of cushioning underfoot, especially underneath the heel. But at the same time, it never feels overly soft and unstable. So I know a lot of people really find the 991 V2 to be extremely comfortable, and it's definitely one of the brand's top models when it comes to comfort. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality was pretty solid. This is your typical made in England New Balance quality, so we have some very nice suedes on this shoe, which are these yellow portions. But then other than that, the rest of the shoe is purely synthetic. So we have a bunch of meshes, synthetic leathers, and reflective panels. The overall build of the shoe though I thought was fine. Other than some minor glue stains along the upper, I thought the stitch job was pretty solid. The panels, most importantly, were consistent between my left and right feet. So I really had no major complaints about this shoe other than their over-reliance on synthetic materials, which is pretty commonplace when it comes to New Balance sneakers. They usually mix some really good materials with some not so great synthetics, but that's just how it is. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. Of all the pairs in the New Balance City exclusive pack, I'm pretty much set with the two that I have. The green one was my number one on my list. That one just really pops, and this yellow pair was my second, so I'm happy to add this to my collection as well. The contrast between the yellow suedes and the black mesh, it just really pops, and yellow and black is a pairing that just kind of works. We've seen this mix before in other iconic models like the Thunder and Lightning Jordan 4s, and I think it's translated very well on the 991 V2. So drop your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this Asia Pacific exclusive 991 V2 in this yellow and black colorway. How would you rank them from best to worst? And for anyone watching, did you also pick these up for your collection? Did you take an L on them, or did you pass on them altogether? As usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on X at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.